Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Nibble Nerds video. I'm Naterrulz.
And I'm Blindgoofball.
And guys, we are super pumped to be back, guys. It's been a while, and I know there's been a lot of confusion and worry and concern about Blades of Glory. The news has been crazy the last couple months. Blindgoofball, hit him with a little rundown of what's been going on.
So, if you're not familiar, a couple of months ago, we had an issue where we did not have a sound designer anymore for Blades of Glory.
Devastating.
And as such, we were not able to continue really updating it.
And that truly devastated us there. I mean, I thought we were done. I thought we were cooked.
So last month, I think it was, we released update 2.2 with a couple of final quality of life features, and we had thought that that was going to be it for a while. However, things changed, and the original sound designer for Blades of Glory, Jose, has come back, and he is killing it for this update.
Man, he's been pumping out sounds. He's been getting us back on track, and from that, we've been able to get the team together, and we've decided we are back, and we're going to continue full force. And that's what we're here for today.
We have update 3.0, and we are going to show you some of what is in that update today.
But first,
not all of it, because there's a lot, and we will cover more of it as time gets closer to release, because this update is releasing ideally in the next month. Yep. So we are going to show you a couple of things today, but first I do want to mention something about player feedback.
And that is what I'm here for. So, player feedback, it's something we have emphasized from the very beginning, or at least we've said we've emphasized from the very beginning, that we want your feedback, we want to improve the game based on what you said. We were not the greatest at sticking to it over the last few months. It's been pretty rough. We've made some decisions that we kind of regret, and we're here now, and we want to fix that. We've realized that we've been making the game wrong, and we need to be building it for y'all. So what we've done, especially with this 3.0 update, as you're going to see, we have taken things that you as the players have directly told us for months sometimes that we need to change, and we've gone back and we've fixed things that you've said has been a problem for ages, as well as adding features that are coming later that you've been requesting for a long time.
Yes, so update 3.0, really my main focus for it was to fix several, really, I call them major points of contention in Blades of Glory. And so we are going to cover a couple of those right off the bat today, I think, because I think it's very important to just address them right away.
Let's get started with the fun one.
And the first one I want to talk about is the blocking system. And I don't mean shields, I mean with your weapon. This is a system that, I mean, since release, it's not been the greatest system, and this is something we've known for a while. A lot of players have said it's too difficult to understand, and I can understand why.
Yeah.
And so it's something I've been thinking about for a while, and I devised a system that I think will work really well, and I tested with the team, and the response from the beta team has been overall very positive, and I'm very excited to show this to you guys today.
It's so much simpler is the big thing. The parry system, what was the big complaint on the last one? It was too complicated. It was hard to understand, and I wholeheartedly agree. When we first came up with that system, I took a while to understand. But the problem was for us, we had so many other things that we thought were more important, and we realized that those are not as important as making the game fun for everyone. So, let's go into the parry system and explain why it's so much better now and how much simpler it is to
so I'm going to jump into the arena here. I'm going to move, let's see. Let's just go up here. There it is. Okay. I'm going to back up for a sec so I don't have the range speaking yet.
Okay.
So, the way the system works now, it used to be based off of stamina. You still have that bar there, but it's not for stamina anymore. We have removed the block stamina system. You would hold the button down, your stamina would drain, and you had a bunch of weird requirements for guard break. No, that's all gone. The way this works now, I can hold down my parry button as long as I want. Nothing is happening. I don't have any stamina indicator moving. I don't have anything happening. That third bar is now guard pressure. The only way that's going to go up is if it's on block and attack. So if he swings at me, again. So, we just heard a couple of things there. Every time I blocked an attack, you would hear a little ding. That ding goes up in pitch the more guard pressure I am under. If that guard pressure reaches 100, which averages out to be about 4 hits for most weapons, daggers, you can swing more at them before you'll guard break them. You're going to have a hard time guard breaking someone with a dagger. But, about 4 hits, and then you guard break. You get guard broken if your guard pressure goes above 100.
And this is the beauty of it. We had a lot of people who were saying, like, if we fix the parry system wrong, what about turtling? Something like this where you can just hold down the button instantly. What about turtling? Well, we thought ahead on that one, because we don't like turtling either. We want it to be something where you actually have to strategize. So that's why, with this, guard pressure builds up as you're holding it. So if you're sitting there turtling, every time you get hit, it's just going to be building up constantly. So you can't turtle for long, and if you do turtle, you're going to get beat, the guard pressure is going to rise, you're eventually going to get your guard broken, and at that point, you're kind of toast.
Yes. Now if I come over here, and if he swings at me a couple of times, don't guard break me. And if I let go of this button, right now my guard pressure is static. It is currently at 56. If I let go of it, listen closely, I'm going to back away so we don't have range beacon, listen. You heard that little clicking sound. And that little clicking sound is my guard pressure decaying over time. Your guard pressure, when you're not holding the button, will go down. So it's kind of like how stamina would regenerate, except you don't have the weird issue of stamina draining at weird times, and it should just overall be simpler.
Yeah, so this is, again, directly answering what players were talking about. It was complicated, now it's simple. Hold the button, get attacked, guard pressure goes up, let go of button, lose guard pressure.
Yes.
It's that simple now.
I also want to talk about stunning, because one thing that parrying always did was stun your opponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, well, it can still do that, but you can't just hold the button and expect to stun every time. It's not how this works. If they hit you within 1 second of you raising your guard, you stun them.
For example, as we will provide.
So, if I raise my guard, I did not stun him there.
But if I attack now, just like this.
There we go, I got the stun.
So again, it's quick, it's still precision-based, so it's still skill-based with the parrying, but you can still block attacks, and it's not ridiculously complicated or overpowered. It's so much simpler to understand, and we think this is going to really help everybody out a lot in the long run.
Yes, I think it'll just help make the game a little bit less
confusing,
complex, and weird, because that was a weird system.
Yeah, that was something we heard a lot from player feedback.
Yep.
Again, like it's too complex, and we're going to slowly start simplifying like that.
Let's move on to the next feature, though, and this is probably one of my personal favorites from this update, because when I originally named this update, I called it the Defend and Dodge update.
Well, we got the defend.
Now, this update is a lot more than that, but we got the defend. Let's talk about the dodge, because the dodge is a thing.
Oh my
now,
gosh.
I can move left, I can move right, I can move forward, I can move backward. I'm going to move up here just so you guys have a range beacon. I am off to his right. Well, he's on my left. But I can now do this little maneuver here. There we go. Now he's on my right. I can dive all over the place. Dive
On
to the
cooldown.
left. If I dived back, you get a little stun because diving backwards is harder, but it's essentially just a little maneuver thing. If I dive forward, I sprint a little bit. So it's a fun little maneuver that's more effective in light armor, by the way. Good luck doing this in plate armor,
Yes.
you can, but
In light
it's
armor,
effective.
this thing is ridiculously overpowered. I'll show you in just a second, but again, this is another response to a lot of player feedback. I had a lot of conversations with players, especially in the early days, and one commonly requested thing was some way to dodge an opponent's hits, to duck and dodge. This thing not only moves you out of the way, but if someone attacks you while you're rolling, what happens?
Well, you can get hit if they predict it.
That's the hard thing, predicting.
But if you don't predict it, well, good luck.
Like this. Hey!
No.
Nice. Yeah, I was swung directly at him. That should have been a hit. And
But I
can't
said
hit
no.
him. And that burst of speed it gives you, so overpowered. Goofball, show him the flint trick. Somewhere.
Okay.
Flint trick.
I'm going to face directly north here. Okay? And I'm going to back to the arena. Now, I'm in leather armor. I also have charge, by the way. So when I use my ability, start running forward, and then I'm going to press my maneuver button. And I am going to run ridiculously fast. You ready for this?
Go.
Bye. And for the record, by doing that, I am now all the way across the arena that quickly.
That is insanely fast. The maneuverability on those light armors is crazy. The
With
dodge
charge, it's just ridiculous.
Now, the dodge works with all armors, but it is affected by what armor you're wearing. So, like, if you're wearing a heavier armor, you're not going to get that whole suit of tanky armor to roll as efficiently or as far as you would in this light leather armor.
No.
But that's why another thing we heard a lot was light armors are kind of useless. Or player feedback. Light armors are useless.
Well,
They're not
congratulations, they're not useless. As a
Hey.
light armor, when we designed light armor, actually, like, I'm talking back in 2024 when we were first working on this, I personally really wanted light armor to feel maneuverable. It did, but it wasn't really what I was looking for. So I think this is going to do it, and it's so much fun.
Oh, it
And
is.
real quick, the way that this maneuver works is I have one button, okay, and on my controller it's the B button, on keyboard it's semicolon. And when you press it, you do the maneuver in the direction you're moving. So if I'm moving right and I press it, I'm going to dodge to the right. If I'm moving left and I press it, I dodge to the left. Backwards dodging is shorter. You cannot dodge as far backwards, so this is not going to let you do the back up and run away trick. And you also get stunned for a short period of time.
It's for like a half second.
It's like 200 milliseconds, but
Just
that way
enough
you
to-
cannot run away from it. Run away with it.
No running
The
from that.
forward dodge is kind of like a sprint. You basically get a little burst of speed. Another thing that people have mentioned because
Almost
we
like a
have
mini charge.
pike players, essentially a mini charge, sort of like that. And it's just a little way of closing some distance a lot of times, or in my case, using charge with that and running 13 tiles a second for a very short period of time.
Answering so much player feedback here. This has been awesome. I mean, you have defending with the parry system, you have this dodging thing where you can maneuver around. Light armors have a whole new strategy to them, where like me and my tanky armor, we have tested this a lot with fighting a tanky armor. Like I'm using Iron Scale right now versus a leather armor. When it
I
comes
made
to
him so
maneuverability,
mad when I dodged out of the way of his tactical earlier. That
it's
was fun.
insanely hard to hit. It's hard to hit. It's not impossible. You can do it. So
Still
heavy
very
armors
good.
are still good because you can tank those hits, but light armors are no longer like useless. You want to use light armors versus heavier armors because you can outmaneuver your enemies. And with this simple dodge, you're suddenly a completely different direction. And while they're trying to figure out where you're at, you get to land those hits on them. It's super awesome.
Yes. By the way, another quick little thing, you can move diagonally as well now. So I can move down left, I can move up right, and you can dodge in those directions too. I can do an up left dodge.
Now, call me crazy.
Fun.
Wasn't that another player requested feature?
I think it was.
It was,
probably
in
at some
fact.
point.
It was in
So
fact.
that's a little thing I did as well. So you can move diagonally. Very minor compared to the rest of this, but it's there. So there you go.
Oh man, so much player requested
Let's keep
feedback. being
going
fixed
here. I'm going to leave the arena. Another
Okay.
little thing I want to show is a couple new UI sounds.
Ooh, UIs. I
Kind
like
of a
these.
view era. You get that little sound. Yes, we're still in the Roman era right now on the beta, but next one's going to be switched in soon.
Spoiler
also,
alert?
if I open, say, my profile, little sound there, and if I open the chat box, there we go. There's a little UI sound for opening the chat box as well. So a couple little things there, and I think it's finally time to move on to the new era, unless I'm missing something.
No, I think so. Can I tell him? Can I tell him? Can I tell him?
So the new era is a very highly requested era, one that we've been waiting to do for a long time now.
Oh, man.
It is.
It's the Viking era.
So the
This
Viking
is
era
awesome.
is probably the most themed era of all of these. We have done a lot of work into this one. The Viking era is all about aggression. And when I say aggression, I mean a serious aggression here.
Yeah, the other eras before this, they were awesome. We loved them.
They were
But
they
they
were
weren't
more
super
defensive
direct.
also.
Yeah.
And they were a little bit less direct.
They
I
weren't
guess
very
you could
directly
say.
focused on something, but this is the first era where we really have a very clear focus on the era itself. And this one, like you said, is aggression based. So all the people who love just charging into the arena head first, no regrets, beating the snot out of other people and then dying and trying again, this is your era.
Yes.
Be ready.
So
'cause
we
it's
have
awesome.
a lot of equipment to show you guys. We're not ready to show the legends yet. Now,
yet.
for those of you who've been paying attention long enough, you'll know that the legends are going to be returning from systems and servers. We are going to see goblins, trolls, and ogres. But there are some bosses in here as well that you have not seen. We will cover those at a later date.
Can we say what they
But-
are and then go into
Oh, no. We're going to save those for a later date.
Oh, okay.
I want to go into customized equipment though, because we have the Viking weapons, shield, armor, and abilities all implemented here.
all focused around fighting.
So, let's go all the way to our right. There's the CX, the Viking dagger. This dagger is kind of between, I put it between the Rondel and the Pugio.
It's a chunky boy.
Yeah, it is. So, it does have a decent sweep though, which is kind of nice.
Very good sweep. It's got some pretty good damage for a
Yes, but it is a little bit slower. It's not as slow as the Rondel. Rondel is slower with more damage, but this one is a little bit faster. So that's the dagger.
What about the glory strike?
We also
Talk about the
what
glory
is the
strike.
glory strike on this? I don't
It's
even
the rage
remember.
thrust.
Oh yes, I stuck rage thrust on a dagger. Oh
You get
yes.
your shield hit 3 times with this one. You unleash an attack with slightly extended range that also knocks back the target and also has a chance of applying bleeding.
Yeah.
It's a pretty sweet weapon.
pretty good
All about
weapon.
like you're getting beat up, you get to
Pull the dagger.
just lash out at these guys and beat them.
By
back.
the way, daggers plus dodging is fun too. So just gonna throw that out there. I'm
Just
excited to
about.
see what people try there.
Hint, hint.
I want to talk about the Skegox though, because this is the first unlockable axe in Blades of Glory.
Finally, new
We
axes.
have had the broad axe for how
Since
long?
the beginning.
Yeah, since systems and servers.
Mhm.
And well, here we are with a new axe, a one-handed axe to be precise.
Yay,
of
new
course,
axes.
it follows the axe identity with a wide sweep angle of, I want to say, 35, and attack speed that's fairly slow, like 1.3.
But it's got some pretty good damage.
Damage
really good
is
damage.
pretty good. It's a solid weapon overall.
It is. It's
Um,
a one-handed axe too, so
yes,
you can
it
use a
is.
shield with it. So
And you get, of course, the axe charge attack, so that is there.
oh, it's gonna be nasty.
I want to say I put backhanded blow on this thing?
No, disarming.
No, I put disarming blow on this thing. I cannot keep track of the glory strikes. Wow.
We have a lot of glory strikes, guys.
So again, the disarming blow is successfully parry two attacks to unleash an attack that slows the target's attack speed. So that's on there. Really awesome weapon, first axe. The Spjat. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's
Anyone who knows like Norse, please contact us and tell us how to pronounce these properly if we are saying something wrong.
Yes.
We are taking our best guesses in a lot of these names. You only can take you so far. So we're calling this the Spjot. S-P-J-O-T.
Yep, it's the Spjat. It is a spear, a one-handed spear to be precise. This is a pretty decent damage. We are looking at a range of 6.
Narrow sweep angle, but it's got some good range.
And it's got a decent attack speed for a spear. It's at 1.1. I can't remember if that outspeeds the Doru. I think it does.
It's a good spear overall. It's also got a vengeful throw, which is always fun because you
Yep.
land a charge attack, and then you unleash an attack where you throw your weapon an extra 5 tiles.
Classic spear
You
move
hit
there.
them with the
So.
charge attack, and then you just get to like yeet your spear at them, and as they're running away from you, I just picture enemies running from you in terror, and then just getting speared.
Oh, that happens all the time.
It'd
Because
be
that's the
awesome.
glory strike that you see on. I want to say it's the pike that has that as well. It might be the pillow. I don't remember which one it is, but you do see that on the spear. And the last one is the Viking sword, because well, you're a Viking, you gotta have your sword, don't you?
Now you
So
might be wondering, why doesn't this have a cool name?
we couldn't find one. Viking swords were often named
Personally.
So
This is actually kind of a fun fact. I'm going to nerd out for 2 seconds here. I promise I'll be quick. Viking swords, there wasn't a typical generic name for them that we could find, but there are a lot of swords that were like specifically named by the warrior or by others of the warrior. So maybe in the future we'll do something with that, or we can have swords that are named after like the swords of famous warriors.
Possibly.
Wouldn't that be cool?
yep. So this sword, I would compare it to an arming sword. It's a little bit higher damage, a little bit slower. You get spitting blow on it though, which is kind of nice to have on a one-handed weapon. We have not seen that one very much yet. Spitting blow again is the one where you get hit a couple of times and then you can unleash an attack that hits everybody around you. Really, really solid sword there. So if you're a sword player, you've got that. So I think for my weapons, I have to run the Spigox.
100%.
And let's see, what do I want to run with it? Let's run the CX.
Yes, you should do that.
So there we go.
I'll grab the other 2.
Alright. For the shields, we only have one Viking shield. We have the boss round shield. Has an endurance of 650, but a repair rate of 45, which is really slow for a shield. The only ones slower than that are the kite and scutum, I believe.
So it repairs slow, but it's
But it has good endurance. Now the big kicker for this is the attack speed reduction is only 20%. For shields with this much endurance, that's like if I go to the Therios, has 30% for 625 endurance. It repairs a lot faster, but this boss round shield, again, Viking's all about aggression. So you get to attack from this shield nice and fast.
Yes.
So,
more aggression.
that is the shield
Alright.
if you're an aggressive player.
Armors. I really want to cover these.
We have some
I am
really cool
pumped.
stuff going on here.
So armors have always just been like, they do resistance great and they might have something fancy with it. No, this is all about the aggression era.
Yep.
So we've put way more focus into making these armors based around it. So let's start with this one. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this. Vapentreya.
Yeah.
That's my best
like that.
guess. Just look for the one that starts with like V-A-P-N-Treya or something like that, and you got it.
Vapentreya.
Here's the weird thing. Okay, you're not going to believe this, but the resistance, 0.
Yep.
It doesn't defend anything.
You get no resistance with this armor because it's all about your aggression.
Now, let me explain why this is worth it. So your first thought might be, that sounds absolutely trash.
Just
Data
wait.
rules, this armor sounds trash. Here's why it's good. The passive ability is Viking Fury. When using this armor, your attacks deal 20% more damage every single time. No building, no nothing. It's when you use this armor, your attacks are just going to be dealing 20% more damage every time.
Yes.
That is so freaking deadly.
Now, this is okay on its own, but I'm going to mention now, when you stack this with some of the abilities that we're going to talk about here in a minute, you can get some serious damage off with this armor. I'm excited to see how it plays out. So we will see.
One more.
Yes, I want to talk about this one too. The Bernie. This has some decent resistance actually. You're looking 27 piercing, 35 slashing, 33 blunt.
So
now, real quick, a couple other stats on armor. You have dodge multiplier and dodge cooldown. So these affect your dodge. I just want to point these out real quick. Dodge multiplier on this armor is 0.95, which means your dodge is going to be 0.95 times as effective as a normal dodge.
Allow me to explain here. So long story short, if it's a smaller number, it's not as good a dodge. If it's a higher number, it's a good dodge.
Yes, so it's all about the distance you're going to dodge.
Yes.
Dodge cooldown is in seconds, so in this case, we're waiting 3.6 seconds before our next dodge.
That's not bad.
The passive ability.
Oh my gosh.
Berserker. You can dual wield any Viking weapons. Now,
wait a second. Did I hear more player feedback being answered?
Well, sort of. If you remember from previous Blades of Glory, you could technically dual wield. Now, didn't work too well. You had to find the same weapon that you were using on the ground in the arena and
boring.
Pick it up. That has actually been removed in this update because this is the thing now. I can go up, if I equip this armor, you have to equip this armor, and I want to dual wield Skagox. I am now using 2 axes. Weapon, Skagox. Secondary weapon, Skagox.
This is another.
You know what? This is gonna be my loadout instead. I have to show this.
Yeah.
Now you can't use a shield while you're actually. Wait, no, you can't use a shield while doing this. I did do that. I also fixed the bug, by the way, where you can shield that for dual wielding. So no doing that either.
So nice try. You can't do that here. But
now,
this is
what
another
happens if I change my armor? No, you cannot change your armor. You cannot use that as an exploit. Nice try. But yes, you can finally dual wield from the equipment menu, but only Viking weapons. If I go over here, I want to dual wield Axe and I can click on that all I want. It won't let you.
Now let me ask
you
a question.
Skagox, though.
Let me ask a question. Why would you want to dual wield? What is the point of dual wielding?
You get a 30% attack speed buff when dual wielding.
Holy cow!
Now, it used to be, I want to say 25%, but we actually buffed that a little bit to make it a little more viable. Because dual wielding kind of sucked, even when it was a thing.
So hold on, go back to the Skagox real quick. I want to do some quick math here. So let's say average damage is like 150 or so. So you're telling me, with this armor, with the dual wield ability, if I dual wield Skagoxes, I'm doing almost 200 damage per hit.
Yes. Yes, you are. What? I paused, mate.
Carry on. Yes, we were busy. I was gesturing. Carry on. Anyway.
So that is the axes. I want to go into the abilities now.
Oh man, abilities.
Now, the Viking era is unique, because remember, we only have one shield. So where are we going to fill that last slot? With an ability, of course.
And it's all about aggression!
Let's start with Thor's Thunder. Now, by the way, these have cool sounds, so I want to show them to you. Thor's Thunder. Thor's Thunder is pretty awesome, because every attack you unleash for the next 6 seconds right now.
6, 7?
No.
No.
You have a chance of dazing your opponent. I want to say it's like a 20% chance, so it's actually a pretty good chance. 25%. Wow, I don't even remember the numbers I put in.
Goodness gracious, dude.
Point is,
wake up.
You can daze them with any weapon. I don't care if you're using a poignard. You can daze them with a poignard because Thor is just going to strike them with lightning instead.
Which is kind of fun.
So there you go. Odin's Justice.
Oh yeah, this one I'll cover.
This one's pretty awesome.
It also lasts 6 seconds. And this one is all about aggression again, so you take 20% more damage, but your attacks deal 50% more damage for those 6 seconds.
Yes.
So all of a sudden you're dealing, like on a weapon that's 150 damage, you're dealing what, close to about 300, almost 300.
No,
damage.
you're dealing close to like 225 or so.
250. It's close. It's a lot of damage.
You get a lot of damage. Now,
you can
like
kill
I said,
an enemy pretty quickly
with that armor that has no resistance, but you deal 20% more damage, pair that with this, and you're dealing 70% more damage for those 6 seconds. You become a glass cannon. I call it the glass cannon build. I want to see people run this. I really do.
This would be incredibly deadly.
It's hilarious.
You're almost guaranteed to get a kill if you pull this off.
It hurts. If you pull it off and you're good at using that dodge maneuver, you can be maneuverable because you're going to take 20% more damage than a normal weapon because you have no resistance already.
Can I offer my hypothesis?
But it's doable.
here's my hypothesis on what's going to happen, okay? People are going to get hit with this. The glass cannon people are going to be attacking. The person getting hit is going to be terrified because they're just getting the crud beat out of them for the 6 seconds. They're just going to turtle up. So they're going to lose that 20% damage that their extra damage they're going to do to that guy because they're trying not to die.
We'll see.
I think this could be incredibly good.
We'll see how this plays out. Outrage, though. Oh, yeah. 5-second ability. You deal 30% less damage.
Okay.
But, because we're here for aggression, your attack speed is doubled, and you cannot be stunned. So it's kind of like Berserk, but Berserk, you get full damage, and you can be stunned. This is Outrage. You can swing all over the place. I don't care if they parry me or not. It doesn't matter to me. You can't stun me. So I'm just going to swing like crazy and destroy you. Now, you may think, well, that's just broken. You can't counter that. Well, go use a dodge maneuver and you're good. I made some people really mad on my beta team by doing that to them. It was great. So that is the Viking abilities.
So here's what I'm hearing, okay? It's very aggression focused.
Yep.
It does require skill to put it together.
Definitely does.
But as long as you practice and work with it, this can be an incredibly powerful loadout. Even like outside the Viking era, this is going to be incredibly deadly.
I'm really looking forward to see where this goes.
We should do a test fight.
With my dual-wielded Skegox with Outrage, because I really just want to show Outrage for the sake of showing Outrage. I'll show the glass cannon build after this too.
Yes, we should do a couple fights here.
I'm going to jump into the arena here. Now, I'm swinging this fast on a weapon with an attack speed of 1.1. What the crap? That's an arming sword attack speed. Okay.
Alright, where are you? Come here. And look, because I'm feeling generous, I won't throw a single punch. Unless I'm losing, which is Brother, you didn't touch me.
Well, you were using a shield, and you also activated Odin's Justice, which is very painful.
Apparently.
Okay.
So, this example of me being goated.
It is going to take some figuring out to figure out how to make this stuff work.
Come here! Uh-oh, you missed me!
What you got?
Ow!
Stupid shield back.
I'm being generous. I said some tacticals.
There we go.
And you got me.
So yeah, I activated Outrage, guys. I don't know if you saw that, but that was ridiculous.
Yeah, you kind of shredded me up there. I got pieced up pretty good.
Should I show one of my favorite little tricks?
Yes, you should.
I'm going to dual wield CX. Now, I'm also going to run... Oh, I can't dual wield with that. So I have to run the same armor and ability, duh.
Okay.
So, if he stands still, and by the way, you're never going to be able to pull this off in Arena, but I have to show this to you just so I can show how aggressive this is.
Alright, I'll stand right here.
If he stands here, he's at full health. Ready for this?
Yep.
He's dead.
Holy moly! Okay, that's dangerous. So, very aggression focused, but as I showed when I beat the snot out of you, it does have weaknesses if you become too aggressive. So it does require strategy, but if you are very much an aggression-based player like Blindgoofball or myself, we're going to have very much fun with this. This is going to be a very fun era to mess around with.
Oh, this is going to be a fun era.
Oh, man.
So,
I can't wait.
I'm going to run...
Let's do one more fight here.
Yep. I'm going to run the glass cannon build.
Oh.
I'm going to run the glass cannon build.
Alright.
I'm going to suck.
Glass cannon, here we go. I dodged with you. Oh, I got him.
Like I said, glass cannon, very dangerous.
I will say, when you use glass cannon, I got dropped to super low health really quickly. The only reason I beat you is because I'm better.
That's not true.
I mean, it's 2-1 right now, so just saying.
Glass cannon is fun.
Oh, it is incredible.
Probably one of my favorite little...
Alright, one more fight here where we fight, and then I think we should talk about what comes next. What else is there next? Including more player-based stuff.
Glass cannon is dangerous. Yeah! So yeah, you take a lot of damage from being a glass cannon.
Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous.
Whoa, I just crashed the game.
How in the world did you do that?
What the...
How did you crash the game? Okay, so apparently we still need to iron stuff out. Good thing.
The game didn't even crash, it just...
Did you accidentally hit Alt F4 or something?
No, I did not touch Alt F4.
Just saying, my game's range is fine. I think it's a skill issue. Did you rage quit?
That was weird. Okay,
Did
I don't
you
know what
rage
the
quit?
heck just happened there. I will look into that later.
Well, good news is, we still have time to fix that. So, we will be fixing that. So,
Make sure I'm still recording. I am. Okay, we're good. Okay.
Anyway,
That's funny.
So with that weirdness out of the way, let's start talking real quick. We'll just only spend a couple minutes here. What's coming next?
Yes.
And how long are we doing this player feedback thing? Well,
first off, I want to mention that Blades of Glory is now going to be switching to a much more open development cycle. We're going to try and announce things a little bit earlier, get your input before we release things, so that we can start responding before, things go haywire and don't end out the way that you guys were hoping.
Long story short, we want to make sure that things are more focused around you guys and what you're wanting, rather than just whatever we find.
Yes.
So that's a big thing. So here's something important to note for that. That means we need y'all to help us out. So what's going to be happening is in the Discord server, if you're not already part of the Discord server, join the Discord server.
The link's in the description, by the way, so if you want to join the Nibblers Discord, just go down in the description, click that link, and there's a channel for Blades of Glory, and in that channel, we'll be having all sorts of discussions about what's coming, we'll have announcements, we'll have questions for you guys to answer, so that we can get the idea of what you guys are looking for. So please be on the lookout for that.
And we're going to be taking that feedback right there heavily into account. So if you aren't responding to those surveys that we're putting out there, that means we're not hearing your feedback like we want to. So we need y'all to be putting stuff in there so we know what we're supposed to be looking for. There's going to be stuff in there about like what we should we put in the next update. There's going to be stuff about should we make some changes. There's going to be some very good polls in there. We're going to be putting those in there pretty frequently. Hopefully about once a week is what we're shooting for, if not more frequently than that.
I also want to go into more about this update because we're not done.
Oh, we're not done.
Hopefully within the next week or so, we are going to be revealing the Viking legends and bosses in their final forms. So that's going to be happening. They are not completely done yet, but they are very close. So we're going to be revealing that. And there's also something else that I'm not going to reveal today. There's going to be a surprise feature that we'll probably talk about in our next video when we reveal the legends.
Yes,
but
we should wait on that.
Stay tuned for that because it's going to address another major point in player feedback. So get ready for that big old feature reveal. It's going to be awesome. But I think that is going to conclude it for today.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching. If you watched to the end, that is awesome.
Yep. And again, guys, remember this is all about you guys. So feel free to subscribe. It's going to help us out a lot. We're using that as a way to tell how well we're growing and whether or not we should continue putting stuff out like this. If there's kinds of videos and such you're wanting us to do, like if you want us to explain more about Blades of Glory or talk about a specific topic, drop it in the comments. Let us know. Talk to us in the Discord server. That's the best way to be able to talk to us and tell us, hey, we need to change something. So, without further ado, I think we'll wrap up for the day. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.